YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. This video, the audio in my video are not going to be synced intentionally because I'm just restarting Gallop Racer 2001 because unfortunately we went bankrupt and the file that I was recording, it didn't even save, so I guess it kind of worked out. Last episode I was going to upload here today. Like I said, it didn't record for whatever reason. We went bankrupt anyways. We didn't have enough money to do the breeding. Our horse was not winning for us at all. We couldn't even place in the top 5, so we eventually went bankrupt. So I learned a lot of stuff. It's kind of annoying because I already explained everything in that video and I have to re-explain it, but I will simplify it. Long story short, I spent about 4 hours off screen recording, playing this game, doing trial and error, recording things in spreadsheet as far as what horses need to run and what type of races for their, their ratings when it comes to incline, condition, distances, grades, so on and so forth. Without a shadow of a doubt, this game is much more particular when it comes to a horse's rating than other games. So for example, colts and stallions have to at least be at an overall of 84 on the turf to run in G3s. If they're not at an 84 overall, they can't handle G3s. I've tested this. For G2s, they have to be at an 88 overall on the turf, and for G1s, they have to be at a 98. And then for the mares, it's pretty much the same thing, only 4 points less. So mares and fillies need to be at 84 for G3s, minimum 80. No, 80. They have to be at 80 for G3s. They have to be at 84 for G2s, and then they have to be at 94 for G1s. So, like I said, I did all that testing in my spreadsheet. I did a crap ton of races. I did a couple dozen races. I recorded stats. What I also noticed is that horses perform the best when their incline rating is much higher than everything else. Temper, guts, conditioning, those can be really high. They didn't actually improve the horse's overall performance. But a horse with a really good incline rating, which is equal to its stamina, they always performed much better. So that is what I will be looking for. Also, I bought 5 horses, which was stupid. Buying 5 horses, and like I said, I wasn't even buying the right horses. That wasn't smart. We're going to stick to 2 horses max at all times until we start to win and we know we can produce numbers and get points like in Gallop Racer 3. 2 horses. For starters, we're probably just going to start off with 1 horse. Colt or filly, I don't know. We'll just look for the best horse. And then occasionally, or I should say eventually, once we get to a point where we feel like we can win with that horse or at least produce top 5 results with it, which will get us money to keep us from going broke, then we'll buy another horse. I know sometimes people want me to buy multiple horses. In this type of game where you can go bankrupt pretty quickly on the hardest difficulty, it's not a smart tactic. So we're going to avoid that on this playthrough. I don't even remember what were my colors that I had. As far as, I forgot there's 2 pages for the silks here. Did I do the stars? I think I still want to stick with the polka dots. So yeah, I learned a lot. It was just a bummer that I didn't survive that playthrough. But like I said, I learned a lot that I definitely should have taken my time to learning. I should have taken time to learn in the beginning. I did not do that. So we're going to do something a little bit different with the silks here. Actually, no, I want to go all polka dots. So we'll stick with the same color scheme, I think. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think the base was like yellow. I think the yellow and pink looks okay in this game. The green doesn't look too bad. We'll do yellow with the pink and then sleeves. Can I do white and green? Or what about black and green? That's not what I really want. Actually, go back. Yeah, I do want to do polka dots. I just meant to change the... Actually, can we do... Let's try white and pink. What about white and yellow? White and yellow looks kind of weird. What about white and green? And then can we do pink and black on the sleeves? Ooh, I kind of like that. I like that. Sticking with the channel colors, pink, yellow, green. Should be some orange in there, but the pink and green is fine. So we're playing on hard. Again, we got our silks ready to go. So we're just going to set this up here. Like I said, video and audio probably aren't even synced. You guys will just kind of see what I'm going through. Like I said, I learned a lot when I was off screen and playing this. And yeah, you can't really approach this game like the other Gallop Racers. It's not even remotely the same. Just to put that out there in case some of you are thinking, it's just the same, it's Gallop Racer. This game is dramatically different than the other games in this series in terms of just how everything is orchestrated and how it plays, especially the algorithm of determining horses and favorites. It's all different. So we're going to make sure we get one really good horse here. We got 10,000 points. I don't want to go broke trying to find the best horse, but trying to find a horse that's at least at an 84 already would be good. That means we can run in G3s. Now the Colts are much cheaper than the fillies for whatever reason. Actually, the Colts are better than the fillies, and they're still somewhat cheaper. So we got Dusty Weapon, who looks good, and then we have Carl Come On. So we're probably getting one of these two. Let's look at Dusty Weapon first. Incline is not good. His braking is good. His spurt is fast, which means he's a pretty quick horse. It means we can start our spurts later with him to make up for that incline. Or in other words, make up for that lack of stamina. Now this horse, his stamina is not that much better, and his spurt is mediocre. He can run 8 to 11 furlongs. I think Dusty Weapon will be the better choice. Now Firm Army. This horse, better incline. Spurt isn't bad. Runs at longer distances. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. Celtics 3, this horse is not good. Incline is actually better than all the rest of them. Only 5 to 7 furlongs. There's not a whole lot of races in between that range. That's not a good... That just wouldn't be good for us. This horse, Glue Factor. Incline is about at 50%. Its spurt is slow. It likes to run towards the front. It can run 9 to 12. Braking and conditioning are pretty good. This is tough. Between Glue Factor, let's look at Dusty Weapon again. Like I said, his incline is not good, but his spurt is fast, which means, like I said, we don't even have to get our spurt started with him until later. He's got the speed. He's also likes to run at the back of the pack, so we'll be catching horses if we race with him. This is tough. Let's look at Celtic Spree, like I said. Not going to do that horse. Carl Come On. This horse is okay. We're really deciding between Dusty Weapon, Glue Factor, and Firm Army. And Firm Army is okay. 10 to 16 furlongs, so pretty much all distance. Let's look at his growth. Okay, he'll mature at about 4.5. Let's look at Glue Factor again. 9 to 12. He will mature at about 4 as well. So we're only going to get about a solid year with these horses. Cost is 90. He likes to run towards the front. Let's look at Carl Come On again. I think I looked at this horse. Carl Come On is average. His cost is higher. Dusty Weapon. That's what I wanted to look at again. I think this is who I want. Oh, he's going to peak soon. Nope. 5,600, that's not a good investment. We'll get either Glue Factor or Firm Army, I think. Glue Factor, like I said, he'll peak at about 4. We'll have him at least for a solid year and a half. He's actually okay. I wanted a horse that was closer to 84, but he's actually not bad, though his spurt is not great. But that's okay. He's a front runner, which means we can get him to the front, establish that position. We shouldn't have to worry about horses really blocking us if we're, leading. And then we'll just have to start his spurt a little bit later at 9 to 12. That's tricky. And then Firm Army likes to run 10 to 16, likes to sit in the back of the pack, faster spurt. We can either get a horse that likes to be in the front but doesn't get its spurt started till later, or a horse that can get his spurt started. Actually, no. I've just thought about that. We'd have to, this is tricky. This is really tricky because Glue Factor, actually, now I think about it, this horse's spurt is slow, which means we'll have to get started sooner with her. Or with him, excuse me. Which means since we'll already be out in front, we may be able to maintain the lead with this horse. It's tough. 9 to 12. I mean, we'll have a lot of races in that range. He only costs 3,500. I think we'll probably try that horse. Firm Army looks good. 10 to 16. He definitely has the running style I prefer, which is in the back. But if I've learned something from the last playthrough, space in this game sometimes is an issue. I I don't like front runners, but this is one of those games where I may have to start off with a front runner. You know, we'll try Glue Factor. He can run on turf or dirt as well, which is good, so he has some versatility. So we'll get Glue Factor here. His ratings are pretty much the same for dirt and turf. And his incline is still at about 50%. His braking and conditioning are really good. Like I said, if we get him to the front and we keep him as the leader, we start our spurts a little bit sooner, we can actually have a better chance of finishing in the money with him based off of that metric alone. That means even if he starts to tire out, horses should just be catching us by the time the race is over. So we acquired him, and I would like to get Firm Army, but like I said, we got to be smart here. As far as these fillies are concerned, let's look at Wild Leg. She's 5-7. Her incline is not great. She wants to run towards the front. She matures over time, and her cost is only 10 points. She's not gonna mature till she's 5. You see, she may be okay to have. She doesn't cost that much. She's only gonna run 5-7, and she can run on turf or dirt, so she has some versatility there. Let's look at World Hurry. This is actually an okay horse. This horse is going to peak at about 4 years old. Cost is a little bit higher. This is a pretty solid filly, statistically speaking. All her stats are almost over what I would consider 50%. Welsh time, this horse, really good incline. Oh, this is so tempting. She'll peak at about 4. She costs the most. Really good incline. She can run 7-11, and she can run on turf or dirt. Now her spurt is slow. Again, that might work out for us because she's a front runner. So she may have the stamina. Yeah, because 5-7 is really short. We're only going to be able to get her in so many races. So Welsh time, I think, is probably the better bet here. Even though I don't like front runners, but in this game I may have to do it. World Hurry is the most consistent horse, only 6-8 furlongs, and she still prefers the turf over anything else. She'll peak at 4 years old, but like I said, she doesn't have much versatility with 6-8, you know what I mean? And then she prefers turf. Welsh time can run 7-11, so we have everything in between that range, and she can run on turf or dirt. And we can still get a solid year with her. She's just going to cost a little bit more, but I think she'll be able to produce more results for us. So that's it. 3,700 points. We should be okay. Now that I know what I'm doing, this should be able to keep us alive in this game. At least until we can start to win. So we got Glue Factor, and then we got Welsh time. And that's it. We're going to stick with these two. We're not doing anything else with any other horses. Hopefully, like I said, we get some top 5 results with these horses. And then, we'll be able to just stay afloat and not go bankrupt again. And I made sure I got horses that at least had decent incline for the most part. Welsh time, her incline is great. I would say she's probably at 70%. She's a front runner, but it's okay. Getting starts, breaking from the gate in this game is really easy, fortunately. So getting to the front, staying in the front should be relatively easy. Glue Factor, his incline is okay, but he's still going to mature over some time. His incline is average, and he's also a front runner. Like I said, I'm hoping that because their spurts are slower, we'll be able to get ahead of the field just a little bit. And by the time these horses start to tire out, we should still be at least in the top 5. It's really not a strategy I like to use in Gallop Racer. It's not fun for me personally, but if it gets us to where we can stay alive in this series to the point where I can really get the horses I want and we can get to breeding, that is what I will do. So hopefully this works. I would hate if this second attempt at this playthrough ended in failure like the first one. But like I said, we're sticking with these two horses, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to finish in the money with them. I think statistically speaking, they're much better than previous horses we've had. So we'll stick with these two. We can finish top 5. Maybe eventually get some wins with them. That's always the goal. But top 5 for sure. That should keep us in the running. And like I said, we'll stick with these two until I would say I want to at least try to get my points to 10,000. I think 10,000 is an okay cushion because, like I said, breeding is going to at minimum cost, I think, 1,500. Even to breed 2 bad horses, it's still going to cost 1,500 points. So I think for us to have a cushion, we need to try to get to 10,000 before we think about breeding or buying any new horses. So we're going to have to stick with Glue Factor and Welsh Time, figure out the races that work best for them. I'm going to make sure I record everything for every track, because I know certain tracks in here are completely flat, don't have slopes, which is a big deal for that incline rating. So I'll try to pay attention to that. I may have to do that off screen actually, and we'll see what we can do. As far as hopefully trying to have a better playthrough of Gallop Racer 2001 the second time around. So I just want to give you guys an updated video as far as that is concerned. The first, well, it'll be part, I think it'll be episode 5 in the series, but technically it's going to be the new start. It's going to be like attempt 2 at Gallop Racer 2001, because I went bankrupt in the other one. So we'll see how that goes. Appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel. As always, we'll be live streaming again within the next week. I'm not sure what day. I'll be playing something on the PC again. More than likely, we'll be doing some harness horse racing gameplay, which should be exciting and new since we haven't done that in a while. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. So, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Till next time, well, you have a great and fantastic day. See ya, and goodbye.